Yo, what is going on, you guys? It is Necro Eric here, and I'm bringing this quick video for March the 9th, March the 10th, March the 11th, March the 12th, and March the 13th, 2023 in pro wrestling and combat sports. We had a pretty busy little weekend. Let's get into it, man. It was pretty sick. So there was, of course, at the top here, we're going to talk about Lucha Libre. There was CMLL, two shot of CMLL, Conseil Mexican and Lucha Libre. There was one from Arena Mexico, and there was one from Arena Coliseo. So there was also Arena Naucalpan, IWRG, which I'll have the links for those in the description. It's usually Mas Lucha on YouTube. And of course there was the usual SmackDown, Rampage, MLW, Impact Wrestling, those types of wrestling if you enjoy those. But let's get into what I enjoyed this weekend. So we're kicking it off with Noah Star Navigation, Thursday the 9th, from Korakuen Hall in Japan for Pro Wrestling Noah. It was live on WrestleUNIVERSE and Abima TV. We had Congo defeating that team at 5 minutes. Extreme Tiger, Lancelot, and Super Crazy defeated Alejandro, Yoshioka, and Yohei. 6 minutes. Atsushi Kotoge defeated Daisuke Harada in his, or no, they didn't. They went to a time limit drop in Daisuke Harada's, the Young Masters ceremonial retirement match. Because due to injuries, he wasn't able to have a proper retirement. So they were able to, at least they were able to do this and give him his flowers and give him his love and get the crowd. And it was at Korakuen Hall, of course, which is such a vibe. So congratulations to Daisuke Harada, an amazing career. Sad to see it end this way, but nice that he was at least able to celebrate his career. Then we had a couple of tag team matches. Aita defeated Hayata. Chris Ridgway defeated Yoshi Ogawa. Anthony Green and Jake Lee defeated Kotoge and Kaito Kiyomiya, 13-47. And in your main event for this show, Amakusa defeated High 6'9", the dudes that changed their names are fighting again. 12 minutes, 15 seconds for the GHC Junior Heavyweight Championship. So, Noah Star Navigation, not too bad of a show. More of an emotional show due to Daisuke Harada's retirement. But yeah, WrestleUNIVERSE, Abima TV, check it out. And we had Freelance Tri-City. This program was live from Chicago, Illinois, on Independent Wrestling TV, IWTV, on Thursday. Shane Mercer was successful in the Scramble match. Coda Hernandez victorious. GPA and Laney Luck won. In one of my matches of the night, Brian Keith defeated Cole Radrick in a great one. And Craig Mitchell defeats Carlos Romo. And in your semi-main, for the freelance tag team titles, Bang Bros, August Matthews and Davey Bang retain their championships by defeating the Voros twins of Chris Voros and Patrick Voros. A pretty good one. And in the Freelance World Championship title match, in your main event, Storm Gratian defeats Trevor Outlaw. Not too bad of a show here by Freelance Pro Wrestling, available on IWTV. Check it out. And on Thursday, yeah, this was probably one of the most stacked Thursdays of the year. It was pretty unbelievable. We had Intergender Bonanza 15, Showtime at the Bonanza, also live on IWTV. And also on, like I said, also on Thursday. It's pretty ridiculous. From Williamstown, New Jersey at the H2O Wrestling Center. The Intergender Bonanza Super Title match. Stan Styles, the champion, did defeat Notorious Mini by disqualification to retain the championship. Too Hot Steve Scott defeated Chris Bradley. Well, I guess they had to have a fill in here because I don't remember that being what was supposed to happen. Zeta Steel defeated Sean Henderson at 4 minutes. That was a pretty good match. Probably my match of the night was that one. Zoe Sky defeated Bobby Orlando in another fun one. Tag team match. Sysend and Ty Awesome defeated the Creamy World Order of Mark Angel and Mr. Cross. Darian Hardway, who defeated JC Storm, 11 minutes 33. And in your main event, it was a Battle Royal #1 contendership for the Intergender Bonanza Super Title that Stan Styles defended earlier on this program. And the winner was Marcus Mathers. They didn't really get too much time on this Battle Royal, but it was still a lot of fun. This show was excellent. There is just something about Intergender Bonanza that I love. I just love the showcase of the intergender wrestling, I think. And Stan Styles is he's almost a genius in this case for coming up with a show like this. Amazing. Intergender Bonanza, the 15th one. Check it out on IWTV. Wrestling Open, episode 62, live from the White Eagle in Worcester, Mass. On IWTV, and on Thursday as well, every Thursday forever. TJ Crawford defeated Dario Rivera. Boulder looked amazing, defeated Nolo Catano. Ray Jazz defeated Eric Chucha. Steve Stetson defeated Rip Bison, a pretty good one. The Church of Satan, the Church of Greatness, Brother Azuri, Brother Greatness, and Brother Somerset, so the Even Stevens and Brother Greatness defeat 50 Cal, CPA, and Johnny Rivera. Ichiban defeated Armani Chaos. And Ryan Clancy defeated Percy Ryan. And in our 2 Wrestling Open Championship Tournament first round matchups, Pedro Donez defeats Rex Lawless to move on. And Brad Hollister defeats Dan Barry to move on. So it'll be interesting to see where this leads to. It's going to be awesome to see another match by Brad Hollister and Pedro Donez. Unfortunate for Rex Lawless, but pretty great. Wrestling Open, episode 62. Check it out. And then we had a lot of New Japan's going to be popping up quite a bit here. And it's been in New Japan Cup's been rolling on. 2023 New Japan Cup. On New Japan World, we're going to say, there's always a bunch of pre-tag matches to set up future stuff, so we're just going to skip most of that most of the time here. But if you are open to watch that if you'd like, it's probably better than most stuff going on, to be honest, even if it's just meaningless tag matches. Kyle Fletcher defeats Yoshihashi in a shocker, 20 minutes. And Aaron Hanare defeats Shingo Takagi in a shocker, 20 minutes, 46. This has been incredibly refreshing to see some upsets in the New Japan Cup this year. Been a few. Very nice to see 2 more here, even though I totally wanted this result to go the other way on both sides. Pretty great to see. New Japan Cup action. New Japan World. Check it out. And this weekend was WXW 16 Karat Gold Tournament from Deutschland. It was taped. I didn't see most of this, I'll be honest with you guys. I'm mostly just shouting it out because there's a couple of matches here that most people should really, really check out. But let's see here. Non-title, bunch of first round matches. So Francesco Akira moves on. Tristan Archer. Masha Slamovich defeated Fuminori Abe. Shigeru Iri defeated Metahan. Commander defeated Arez. Axel Tischer defeated Davey Richards. Ahura defeats Maggot. So, pretty decent little WXW opening round. Tag 1 of their 16 Karat Gold Tournament for 2023. Check it out if you can. It's on some sort of WXW Now network, but there is probably going to be ways to check it out. So it should be great. Okay. And, yeah, it was a pretty busy weekend. On top of this, there was WSW, which is World Series of Wrestling. Had a 4-shot show live from Melbourne, Australia on FITE television. It was pretty great. They brought in a lot of talent to like mainstream talent to come in and work those shows live in Australia. It's pretty cool. So, the first show, Eric Redbeard and Matt Basso defeated Brian Myers and Matt Cardona, the major players. DJP defeated Blake Christian and Flip Gordon. Brian Cage and Josh Alexander went to a no contest because someone came in and interfered. It was kind of shitty. Pretty bad booking on this one a little bit here. But what are you going to do? The Perea, Eli Thesis, and Gabriel Eros defeated Bad Brucey, Effie, and Joey Janela. WSW women's title match, Sasha McKenzie got jobbed out. Jordan Grace destroyed her in like a minute. Very disappointing. And in your main event here, Johnny Down Under. So John Morrison, or John whatever his name is, wherever he is, you know, dozens and dozens of names that he has. This time he's Johnny Down Under. Defeats Bandito at 18 minutes 23. And to retain the WSW World Heavyweight title. So this first show was decent. It wasn't the best, but it wasn't horrible either. World Series of Wrestling, all 4 shows, FITE Plus, if you want to check it out. And one of the highlights of Friday for me, because this show was also on Friday. This was on Friday. Although this was on Thursday late night because of the time differences of the Australia show. It was on very, very, very early in the morning. Kind of like New Japan, but oh yeah, later on Friday we had Action Wrestling. It's cool from Georgia. It was live on Independent Wrestling TV. We had a couple of tag match. O'Shea Edwards looked amazing, defeating Kevin Ryan. Bobby Flacco defeats Carlos Romo, 8 minutes. Billy Starks defeats Devlin McCobb, 7 minutes, really fun one. The kids loved Billy Starks. The Good Hand of Alex Kane and Shug D defeated Damian Tangra and Matt Sells at 10 minutes, 24. Then Derek Neal defeats AC Mack at 6 minutes, 45, and a pretty solid one. Brogan Finley defeats One Called Manders at 8:24 in another really fun, pretty quick match. And in your main event of this program for the Action Wrestling Tag Team Championships, Culture Inc., Eli Knight and Malik Bosetti with their annoying-ass manager, Richard J. Holiday, do defeat Violence is Forever, Dominic Guarini and Kevin Koo at 23 minutes, 26 seconds to win the championship. And new Action Wrestling Tag Team Champions. Congratulations to Culture Inc. It's pretty awesome to see. I mean, I am disappointed that Violence is Forever losing the belts, or lost the belts, but it is what it is, and hopefully they can get it back eventually someday. But congratulations to Culture Inc., your new Action Tag Team Champions. Check it out. And we had, double shot ICW No Holds Barred this weekend. Starting out with Pit Fighter X15, live from the TWE Arena in Tennessee on IWTV Independent Wrestling Television. This one was hella fun. Akira defeats Hardway Heater in an amazing opener, 12 minutes 31. Malcolm Monroe III, MM3, defeats Sean Campbell, 10 minutes 57. Awesome match. Hoodfoot defeats Noah Hossman in a it could have been better match, but it's alright. Danny DeManto gave the Blair sisters a chance here, but then just destroyed them. And only Lizzie Blair got to compete. So Lizzie Blair gets destroyed by Danny DeManto, 7 minutes 46. Super emotional. Had me on the edge of my seat. Really wanted to see the goons of Lizzie Blair and Peyton Blair get a chance here. They have been amazing fans and helping out for the ICW shows. So, a little disappointed to see what the outcome of that one, but was expected. And then we had Tommy Vendetta defeating Chris Bradley, 5 minutes 55, in an absolutely insane one. Gotta love Tommy Vendetta. Gotta love Chris Bradley. And then there was a pretty killer match. Tank versus Christian Ross. Tank defeats Christian Ross, 6 minutes 34. And in a non-title death match. Well, they're all death matches, so I don't know why it says that. It's confusing me. Matt Tremont defeated John Wayne Murdoch, who came out as a looking like a bunny in a bunny Bob Wire. It's pretty funny. He came out in a bunny costume, but he does get defeated by Matt Tremont at 21 minutes. They went a really, really long time compared to everything else on this card, and I didn't really even notice that they had. It was just really, really good. This whole card was amazing. Really enjoyed it. ICW No Holds Barred Pit Fighter X15. If you're into any hardcore wrestling of any kind, these guys are the absolute standard bearer, the absolute benchmark right now in the game. Check it out. And we have New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup continuing from Aichi, Nagoya Aichi, at the Aichi Prefectural Gymnasium. On New Japan World, of course, Tetsuya Naito defeats Chase Owens, 18 minutes 7, in the second round match. And Sanada defeats Kenta at 29 minutes 12 in one of the matches of the tournament so far in the second round to move on. So, should be interesting to see what's going to happen from here. New Japan Cup continuing on. And like I was talking about earlier, WXW 16 Karat Gold was continuing on Saturday. We had Becca defeating Amale, 6 minutes. And then in the quarterfinal match, Shigeru Iri defeats Tristan Archer, 11 minutes 45. Ahura defeats Commander, 11 minutes 42. There was a gauntlet match for the WXW World Tag Team Title contendership, number 1 contendership. This looks Rot under Flot. Michael Scheckenberg and Nikita Charisma defeated these other teams at 28 minutes to win the number 1 contendership. In the other quarterfinal matches, Axel Tischer defeated Masha Slamovich by referee's decision, 10 minutes. And in the final quarterfinal match, Peter Tagliani defeats Francesco Akira, 14 minutes 48. And there was a couple of other matches here. Lawrence Roman defeated Davey Richards for the WXW Shotgun title. Baby Allison defeats Alice Inc. and Iva Koloski and Ava Everett for the WXW Women's title to become the champion. Title change. And as well for WXW Tag Team title, Arrows of Hungary, Dover and Icarus become the new Tag Team champions by defeating the French Adorers, Ego Blanc and Senza Volto. 11 minutes 23. Title change there as well. So congratulations to those two. And in your main event here, I believe, looks like Bobby Guns defeats Norman Haras, 18 minutes 16, in a no disqualification job versus career match. So I'm not sure if looks like maybe Norman Haras' career may be over. I'm not sure if that's what that means. Pretty interesting here in this WXW 16 Karat Gold tournament. 3 shows so far. This was show number 2. Oh yeah, check it out if you want. Pretty dope. And more of this Westside World Series of Wrestling. WSW, because we just went to WXW. This is going to be confusing. This one's the one from Australia again. 2 of 4. Effie defeated Brian Myers and Joey Janela. Bandito defeated Blake Christian in a pretty laughable match. Didn't really enjoy that. Thought that could have been way better. Steph DeLander defeated Shazza McKenzie in a fun one. Josh Alexander defeats TJP in a wicked match. Really good match. Flippin' Machines defeated the Pereira and Warbeard at 16 minutes 40. Jordan Grace defended her newly won WSW Women's title over Jessica Troy by disqualification, 13 minutes 1 second. And in your main event of this show, WSW World Heavyweight title match, Matt Cardona defeats John Morrison, Johnny Down Under, to win the championship at 19 minutes 58 seconds. So Matt Cardona is the new WSW World Heavyweight Champion. Yeah, WSW. This show was probably a little bit better than the first one in some ways. Some other ways probably not. But check it out if you'd like. It was pretty decent. And then this past weekend we had UFC Fight Night. Jan versus Devashvili I don't know why it's not working here. Let me just try and refresh this. Yeah, here we go. Peter Yan defeats Merab Dvalishvili at UFC Fight Night. It was not at the Apex, unfortunately. I might have mistakenly said that. But what is going on? Why is it disappearing? Alexander Volkov defeated Alexander Romanov by TKO in the first round in an insane one. Nikita Krylov submitted Ryan Spann in the first round. Insane one as well. Saeed looked pretty good against Jordan Martinez, even though he did not win. Mario Bautista won by submission over Guido Canetti. Vitor Petrino won by decision over Anton Turak. And the preliminaries was the only female fight was on here, which was one I was complaining about. But Ariane Lipsky defeated JJ Aldrich by decision. There was a submission on the prelims, couple of submissions. Not too bad. Car Williams also gets the win in her featured prelim. The UFC Fight Night, Yan versus Dvalishvili. I would 100% recommend. This was a pretty dang good show. A lot of good fights, a lot of good finishes. 100% recommend. Oh yeah, can't go wrong with the UFC. There was also some Bellator fighting this weekend and some other stuff, but I'm not gonna talk about that because if you want to check out that, you know where to find it. It's Bellator. It's other stuff. It's not as crazy as Ryzen, because if we ever get into once I can't wait for another Ryzen show. That's entertaining. All right, let's go. Next one, IWS versus GCW, Saturday night from Montreal, Quebec, Canada at l'Olympia. At the Olympia. It was live on FITE TV, FITE Plus. East-West Express defeats Fresh Air, Junior Benito, and McCray Martin. Lufisto defeated Sawyer Wreck in a pretty rough one, but does get the victory. The Tabarnak team defeated Los Magisos, 13 minutes, 2 seconds. Matt Flacco defeated one called Manders, 11 minutes, 35. Mike Bailey defeated Gringo Loco at 17 minutes, 15 in a pretty decent match that I would recommend 100%. Probably the match of the show. Our pure wrestling match of the show, of course. The IWS Women's title, Melanie Havoc retained her championship over Ali Catch, 14 minutes, 43. And in the IWS World Heavyweight title match, Benjamin Tull retained his championship over Tony Deppen at 12 minutes, 39. And in a Fans Bring the Weapons 6-man tag team match, which it turned into that, because initially it was only supposed to be a tag team match, but Nick Gage came out, PCP, Crazy F and Mandy came out, turned it into a 6-way match, even though Green Phantom and Sexy Eddie basically got no cuts on them from this. It was basically all PCP Mandy taking all of this punishment. It was Mance Warner, Nick Gage, Rina Yamashita, who defeat the Green Phantom, PCPF and Manny, and Sexy Eddie at 21 minutes 11. One of the best Nick Gage matches in a long time. This was really good. I would 100% recommend this too. This was excellent. The rest of the show was not so great, but it is what it is. And IWS versus GCW on FN Sanction. Check it out if you want. It was on FITE. And one of the big events of the weekend was ICW No Holds Barred Volume 43, live at the TW Arena again. Double shot for ICW No Holds Barred. Pit Fighter All Cage show earlier that I talked about. And then this, their premiere event, The Chains. It was on IWTV, like I said. Alright, and then this ended up being a little bit of a disappointing show, I'll be honest. But ICW American Deathmatch World Title, it was supposed to be the main event. It was a surefire main event. They ended up going first, and Akira got jobbed the hell out. It did not look, it was not good. It was bad. But it is what it is. What are you going to do? Hardway Heater defeated Sean Campbell in an awesome match. 100% recommend that. Hoodfoot defeats Malcolm Monroe III in a great one as well, 11 minutes. Totally recommend that. Casey Kirk defeated Tommy Vendetta in a BS one, and what it should have been way better. It should have been way, way, way better, but it was not great, unfortunately. Johnny Wayne Demanto. So it was basically John Wayne Murdoch and Danny Demanto dressed as each other and doing each other's mannerisms and doing each other's moves and each other's everything. So it's pretty funny. It was a pretty funny comedy death match here. John Wayne Murdoch does defeat Danny Demanto, 11 minutes 25. Would 100% recommend. This was hilarious. And Chris Bradley versus Christian Ross in their best of 7 series. This was match 5. Chris Bradley gets the 3-2 advantage over Christian Ross here. 10 minutes, 6 seconds. It was gnarly. I don't think this was as good as maybe like match, what was it, 4? Or not match 4, match 3 or 2 in the series. I forget which one it was. One of them was ridiculous. But this was just as good. Chair shots to the head. Lots of stiff moments. Really good stuff here. And in your main event, Matt Tremont defeats Tank, 14 minutes 23 in an absolute banger that I would 100% recommend to absolutely everybody who enjoys hardcore deathmatch wrestling of any kind. That was a freaking wicked one. Like, Tank doesn't wrestle too many bloodbaths too often unless it's, meaningful ones, because he's getting up there. He's 20-something years, 25, 27 years in the game for Tank. So, and Tremont's been doing great work recently. So, really interesting. Really not a great show by ICW, unfortunately. Could have been a lot better. It had the potential to be amazing. But it is what it is sometimes. It doesn't always work out. But I still think it was worth checking out. ICW No Holds Barred on IWTV. And also on IWTV and also on Saturday, Circle 6 Obey Your Master. I was on IWTV from the Masonic Temple in Cleveland, Ohio. This was a pretty decent little show. I didn't really enjoy the first little bit of it. It was kind of like, oh man, dragging on a little bit during this tag team match here. I was kind of like, Jesus. Not a very good show. Not a very good start for Circle 6 here. Jake Christ defeats Nate Webb, 11 minutes 28. Pretty just standard. Christian Napier defeated Kevin Giza and Vincent Nothing, 12 minutes 45. And it started getting a little bit interesting here. Alice Crowley defeats Sebastian LaShawn in a very quick one. And then no ring match. Casanova Valentine defeated Otis Koger, 8 minutes 50. And then, oh man, these are the matches that I really wanted to see out of this program. Eric Ryan defeated Remington Roar in his signature terracotta torture match where they break a bunch of terracotta pots and actually wrestle on them, and it's pretty insane. 8 minutes 40 seconds. 100% recommend. That was probably the match of the night. For Circle 6, maybe. It's hard to say. These next 3 matches were pretty decent. Bobby Beverly defeats Lucky 13 in a Fans Bring the Weapons match. 12 minutes 43. Really fun. And in the main event, Zachary Wentz defeats Atticus Koger 2-1. 24 minutes 28 to win the Circle 6 World Heavyweight Championship match. Or World Heavyweight Championship. So it was a lumberjack match. It was a 3 stages of hell. So it was a lumberjack rules match to begin, then a strap match, and then a last man standing. So they did a pretty good job here of telling a great story in this main event. I would 100% recommend the main event, and I would 100% recommend these 3 hardcore matches, and the terracotta torture match for sure. Fans Bring the Weapons death match, no ring match, yeah, 100%. Circle 6, Obey Your Master, pretty great show. IWTV, check it out if you want. It's pretty dang good. And we had a double shot of Revolution Pro Wrestling this weekend as well. JJ Gale defeats Yoda Tsuji, 50 minutes 29. Connor Mills defeats TK Cooper. Dan Maloney defeated Jack Morris. And your Rev Pro undisputed British Cruiserweight Championship, Robbie X defeats Rich Swann, 21 minutes 43 in a wicked match. From the looks of it anyway. Like I said, I haven't actually seen this, but Gabriel Kidd, Leon Slater defeated Cameron Kai and Michael Oku as well. Just a little tag match. Can't go wrong. This looks like it'll be an awesome show. Check it out when it becomes available. Revolution Pro Wrestling Raw Deal 2023. And New Japan Cup rolled on as well on Sunday. I believe this is Sunday. From Shiga, Tama Tonga defeats Aaron Hanare, 16 minutes 34. And Hiroki Goto defeats Kyle Fletcher, 20 minutes 43. So in the second round matchups, Tama Tonga and Hiroki Goto are moving on. Should be that's pretty straightforward. It's what you would expect. Well, we'll see what happens in the New Japan Cup. Rolling on. New Japan World. And the final show of this WXW 16-karat gold tournament. Shigeru Irie defeated Ahura, 9 minutes 13. Axel Tischer defeats Peter Tihani. So we got a final setup of Big Shig and Axel. So we got a couple of matches here. Elijah Bloom defeats Adam Priest. Number 1 contendership match. Mike D defeats Francesco Akira, Lavagno, and Tristan Archer. Now we got a Lucha Rules 6-man tag match. Looks like it was pretty fun. And in your finals for the vacant WXW Unified World Wrestling Championship and the 16-karat gold tournament 2023 crown, Shigeru Irie defeats Axel Tischer, 17 minutes 23 to win the tournament and to become the new champion. So congratulations to Big Shig on becoming a WXW champion and winning the 16-karat gold tournament for 2023. This was on WXW Network. Check it out if you want. Pretty dope. And then we had, oh my goodness, more of this WSW. I didn't really enjoy the last 2 shows of this. They weren't really that good, to be honest with you. But Matt Cardona defeats Brian Cage, 17 minutes 23. Warbeard defeats the Parea. TJP defeats Bandito, Chris Basso, Effie, Flip Gordon, and Joey Janela to win the WSW Australian title. That was vacant. Pretty straightforward little show. Like I said, I didn't really enjoy this one. But WSW World Series of Wrestling, so live from Australia. It's available on FITE TV. And this one was Rev Pro as well, which I haven't seen yet, but I heard this was a really good match on here. Rich Swann defeats Leon Slater, 20 minutes 38. Definitely going to have to check this out. This looks like it's going to be an incredible match. So, then Dan Maloney defeated Michael Oku at 15 minutes. Looks like a pretty decent match as well. A couple of other ones are pretty straightforward. Yota Tsuji gets defeated by Connor Mills. Gabriel Kidd defeats Callum Newman. A couple of these ones are pretty straightforward, but I really want to see this Rich Swann Leon Slater match. Rev Pro live in Sheffield. I wonder if they taped it. Hopefully we can see someday, but it seems like it was a pretty damn good little show live as well. And WSW, this 4th tag doesn't even have any information on it. I didn't even watch this one. I totally missed out on this. Sumo wrestling has been starting. The March Sumo Basho has been going on, so I haven't been watching. And it was so bad. Like the 3rd show really threw me off of this one, where I was like, yeah, this is not my jam, not really my type of show, but it's live from Australia, so you got to give it some love. And then we also had, to close this little video out, New Japan Pro Wrestling's New Japan Cup in Ehime. It was live on New Japan World on the 13th, which was Monday morning. We had Evil defeating Jeff Cobb in a 2nd round matchup, 17 minutes 42. That's very unfortunate. And Will Ospreay defeats Mark Davis in a 2nd round matchup, 20 minutes, 1 second. Pretty straightforward, pretty what you would expect from this. Unfortunate to see Cobb lose, but it is what it is. Will Ospreay moves on. And we got quite a bit of New Japan stuff coming up this week, a lot of other wrestling. So I'll be doing a little review, a little preview tomorrow, but I believe that was the wrestling review for this past week. It was pretty busy, honestly. It wasn't insane, but it was pretty decent still, I think. So for Necro Eric, I just want to thank everybody for watching. Hope everybody enjoyed their wrestling. Let me know what I missed out on. Let me know what I forgot to talk about. Of course, I need to get a Lucha Libre guy in here to help me, or a mainstream wrestling guy as well to help me talk about those things that I don't really watch too much of, but I would still like to talk about. So In the future, we'll figure those things out, but for now, hope everybody enjoyed. And like I said, let me know what's up. Cheers for Necro Eric. Namaste. And peace in the Middle East.